Okay, so now we're recording.
Yep.
Okay, so this is our second test video. We are currently heading to BJ's to just do regular shopping. We are going to be taking videos throughout this endeavor to merely test our ability to splice videos together and to create to create a finished product. In the meantime, Christina is a little sick, hacking into her cloth.
Let's be fair. You brought a sinus infection home and gave it to me.
I didn't bring it home. I nurtured it to life and brought it into being.
Okay, I know your mom taught you to share, but you're not supposed to share colds.
It's not a cold, it's a sinus infection. Two totally different infections.
You're still not supposed to share them.
So just to let you know, Nurse Joy here is like a Navy doctor.
No, I was a hospital corpsman. There's a huge difference.
No, just, okay, fine, a minor difference.
Oh, God.
And of course, Siri's always like trying to butt in.
That's because Siri is Siri.
So where are you and Jess going today?
I have no idea. It's kind of been up in the air. We talked about going to the pirate dinner show and then changed our mind on that because even though they have a thing for Florida residents, by the time they add on all their fees, it's the same cost as a regular ticket. So we're like, yeah, that's out. We thought about taking the dog and going up to Stanford and going to the German restaurant because she can eat outside. Or, well, we can eat outside with the dog. But, that's kind of meh. Jesse got hooked on the idea of a movie yesterday, so we may be going to see a movie instead.
I mean, remember, there's always Bach Tower. You can take the dog out to Bach Tower. There's lots of critters out there. And
I suggested that. Jesse was not happy about the idea of being outside. And I'm like, you were just trying to make Busch Gardens work today.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Busch Gardens and Bach Tower are two totally different types of environments.
You're right.
I mean, they're both outside and hot and muggy in the state of Florida, which, just for clarification's sake, Florida has, but a few seasons. Unlike the rest of the country, we have a mild winter, a busy tourist season. We have hurricane season, which overlaps tourist season and
winter.
No, not quite winter, but it does overlap the other fourth season that we have, the oh my god, it's muggy season.
We're forgetting the hot as hell summers.
Yes, that falls right under, oh my god, it's muggy as hell. And if you ever do plan on coming to Florida, I highly recommend coming during the winter, because winter is when the weather is nice, it's cool, it's not too muggy, and there's not a whole lot of people, and a lot of things are fairly inexpensive.
Also, places like Legoland are a dead area.
Yeah, that's true.
Is great. That's why I didn't bother with season passes for the kid and I for Legoland, because during the summer we're not going to use it.
Yeah, Legoland.
During the winter, there's no point.
Yeah, Legoland is one of the few, missed gems of Central Florida. It is out there in Winter Haven, right off of Cypress Garden. It's not a big park, but it's a nice park for kids, especially the wee little ones.
That's not entirely true. It is actually larger than the Legoland in California.
Yeah, I've never been to Legoland in California.
Yeah, but I have.
I know.
It is larger than the Legoland in California, and it is good for children from ages 11 down. It is, and if your little one is first time on a roller coaster, Legoland's the best place for that because they've got the little kiddie coasters.
Yeah.
Well,
that's about accurate.
It's the best place, and it's also the most affordable because Disney's got a couple of great kiddie coasters as well, but Disney is more expensive.
Yeah, if you're coming to Central Florida on a budget and you can't afford to do the entire trip at Disney and Universal, definitely look into Legoland, Busch Gardens. SeaWorld's pretty cool too. So these are places that, you know, are your B and C tier attractions that are generally overlooked, and not to mention anything about Bok Tower. Oh my God, you can spend a good solid half day to a full day at Bok Tower and just enjoy the botanical gardens that is this amazing attraction out there in Lake Wells. And all these places are within, I would say, what, hour, 2 hour drive from anywhere in Orlando?
Yeah, pretty much.
So
if your itty bitty little one does like roller coasters, Busch Gardens and SeaWorld are not the place to take them. We've already had that issue with our little one because he's too small for the really big coasters.
yeah, that's true because David, you guys will meet David in the near future. David is the roller coaster kid, and it's just heartbreaking for him to only be able to ride anywhere between 2 or 3 coasters at SeaWorld and 4 coasters at Busch Gardens.
There's only 4 roller coasters at Busch Gardens he can't ride.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a higher number than that.
No, it's only like 4 that he can't ride.
Okay.
He's increased in height since the last time we took him.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to see that, you know, once we get there. So
Busch Gardens isn't as bad because those coasters are more spread out. So it's not like those big coasters are in his face the whole time.
Yeah. I know SeaWorld, as amazing as they are, for David, who is a roller coaster kid, he can only ride 3 coasters.
He can only ride 2 because the third one he refuses to ride because it's a hybrid.
Yeah, but it's still a coaster and he can ride it. So yes, 3. But anyway, we are at 7.5 minutes on this video. We're going to cut it right here so that we can go ahead and do another video and then learn to splice them together and see how that transition works. Please follow along with us as we continue to explore and experience our GoPro. And we just downloaded DaVinci Resolve, and we're going to be working with that editing software to start putting our videos together. Okay, so we are now in Davenport, Florida, at a place called Posner Park. This is a wide open shopping area. Our local BJ's is here. They got Target, JCPenney's, they got a movie theater, Best Buy, so on and so forth. It's a pretty great place to go shopping that's way away from all the tourist areas. Not to mention the fact that gas here is $2.70 a gallon. Yep. So we're gonna hit the parking lot and we're gonna go into BJ's. However, before we do any videotaping, want to pay respect to the location. Even though it's held open to the public, we still have to have permission to videotape inside. And we don't want to run afoul with the local managers or the store itself. So let me go ahead and park and try to find a parking space here without getting into an accident.
Right there. You can literally pull straight through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go right here next to the shopping carts. That way there, once we load, it'll be easy to get rid of the shopping cart.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So one of the things that many people get mixed up is public spaces and areas held open to the public. Okay, the First Amendment is an amazing right that we all Americans have. One of the things that Americans seem to misunderstand is, yes, you can videotape anything your eyes can see. However, that doesn't mean you can videotape anywhere. You still have to have permission to be where you are, to do what you're doing. And sometimes those places, like a store, you still have to ask for permission to videotape in the store. So there are places that are held open to the public, such as like police stations, government office building, or government lobbies. These areas are held open to the public and the freedom of speech is protected there. You're allowed to videotape. Stores are a little bit of a gray area. I am not an attorney. I do not pretend to be an attorney. This is just my understanding of it. So we're going to stop recording here and we're going to go ahead and pick up after we've talked to the store manager and sought his permission. We'll let you know how that plays out, but we're going to go ahead and stop recording. Okay, so that was one of the strangest encounters I've had, but I suppose using a GoPro, that's gonna be normal. So I talked to them at the customer service desk. They talked to the store manager, who ultimately ended up calling the general manager, and the best answer they could offer me is legally they can't give me permission, but at the same time they wouldn't take my camera if I was video recording. I didn't quite understand the question, but we agreed that they'd prefer not. And out of an abundance of respect for the proprietor of the store, I'm going to go ahead and put the GoPro back in the car, and we'll pick this up, you know, when on our way home, so that we can continue doing our test videos. Hello, sir. Doing good. So that is where we're going to be right now. Don't worry, we'll edit this into the video. Okay, so this is part 3 of our testing our GoPro. So we're done shopping at BJ's and we're loading up the car. You got it? Ah. What'd I do? Oh, cheese. Cheese and cheese. Give me the Ricola. Anything small. All small things. Yep. What?
The bug scared me so.
No. Anything small? That's it for small?
Well, I mean, there's like this.
Yep. Give me that.
This is
No, cleaner doesn't go with food. All right.
in this.
I'm not gonna put cleaner with food.
Here, I will. Oh, one turkey.
One turkey. Turkey! All right, that's it.
And your shit.
Hmm?
Yeah, just and your shit.
Yep. Just hand me stuff. Did this come open?
Yes, I don't know. It'll be. Pick it up.
Why didn't you say something? Oh. Okay. Is there a little tie in there or something? Like on the floor? Maybe we pulled it out? We probably pulled it out when we were checking out.
It's possible.
That's alright. It happens. Okay. Start handing me the stuff from the bottom. Let's watch out. I want those. Toilet paper.
Toilet paper?
Yep.
Okay. Toilet paper.
lighter boxes. I want light boxes. Beep. Beep. I love Tetris. Say again? You ain't got shampoo and conditioner, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Sell that pair.
Okay.
That's fine. We won't need
All right.
to buy.
All right. Okay. Damn it. Okay.
Yeah. Woohoo. Off to home.
Say again?
I said, woohoo, off to home.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you take my card and come up here and get gas with your car.
Okay.
Okay, so wherever you go, I don't care. Just come up here and get gas.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
And it should be, the receipt should tell us how much our gas savings is.
Where did I put it? I still have it. I know I still have it.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like $1.30
Okay.
a gallon, which is not bad.
Yeah. I know Zushi's car just got filled up. This car's got over 3/4 of a tank. So I think you're going to be below 3/4 of a tank. So should be okay.
Okay.
Oh, man. We need to work on getting your Facebook active again as well.
Yeah.
That way there we can start to work on creating a Facebook group. You know. Actually, this would be part 4. I just realized that because part 1 was us leaving the house. Part 2 was us arriving at BJ's. Part 3 was me explaining that the managers were kind of not really comfortable with us videotaping in their store, and I respect that.
Yeah.
You know, and then part 4 is this section. So that should give us 4 episodes or 4 individual videos to splice together.
You're gonna have to set it up so that Jesse or I can run it from our phones as well.
Yeah. So.
Because if we decide to take the dog and do video, or I decide to take the dog somewhere.
Well, you can run it off the camera itself.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. This app just makes it easier for us to operate the camera. But according to some of the YouTube videos on how to set this thing up and operate it, you can absolutely just, run it. It's just you got to watch the video. It's just like that setting up DaVinci Resolve video.
Yeah.
You know.
That makes sense. Vector, the program that I need. It's not Vector, it's Illustrator.
Illustrator. Huh?
Yeah, it's changed.
Okay. Well, definitely, let's get somebody out to hook up that tablet to the computer and see what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
You know, because it could just be something as simple as a bad cord. It may not be the port.
Yeah.
You know? But then again, it absolutely could be a port. It could be a setting that needs to be adjusted. Oh, you know who would do it? I bet Paul could do it.
Paul probably could do it.
We'll have to call Paul and see if Paul wants to come over. I'll lure him with dinner, invite him over, and have him play on the computer and get the computer set up.
Okay.
Paul's good with stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's somebody we need. Him and his wife. We need to set up as, like, you know, year one guests on Gypsy.
Yeah.
You know, for all the help this man has given us, it's the least we could do is give him and his wife a nice weekend, you know, somewhere.
Yeah.
So this road right here will take you to the exact same place the second road will.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is this takes you on the other side of Lake Wilson Road.
Yeah.
This one takes you closer to the railroad tracks.
Okay.
The next one coming up.
Ah, okay. Are you still planning on doing a party for Halloween this year?
When was I planning on a Halloween party?
This was months ago. You were thinking about, let's do a pool party, a Halloween pool party.
Okay. I don't remember that, but it's entirely possible. It is something I threw out there.
I remember you throwing it out there. I don't remember any actual planning happening though, so that's why I was curious.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm focused on getting the windows paid off, which that conversation with James at the Lowe's installation team was just absolutely, you know, you have to laugh at certain things because if you don't laugh, you're gonna cry. You know, and for James's credit, he is staying on top of this.
Yeah.
But you know, Lowe's needs to understand this is their contractor that's screwing this stuff up. This is their contractor that showed up late. This is their contractor that chose to only do 3 out of the 4 windows they supposedly could do. You know, it's their contractor that left the house in the condition it is, and didn't even bother to hang up the blinds that they had to hang up. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, look. When I was an apprentice, my journeyman was Alan Cox. Okay, COX. So don't get crazy on this one, you know. But the man taught me when you walk into somebody's house, you better leave that house in as minimum a good condition as you found it, or better.
Yeah.
You never leave the owner of the house or the occupant of the house to clean up after you.
Yeah.
I mean, this dude had taught me a lot about not being an electrician, but to be a craftsman, you know, a professional.
Yeah.
That was back when I worked for Giles Electric in Daytona. Good outfit. I think the son is running it now, Brad Giles, you know.
Uh-huh.
But they're definitely, that's definitely a good outfit, good people, you know. That's one of those representations of the saying, you get what you pay for. Yeah, you pay a little extra, but my God, those were some amazing electricians that worked for that outfit.
Yeah. So what did they have to say?
So apparently They haven't heard anything back from the installation company
Oh, that's great.
about ordering the new windows and about the stucco work, and this just driving James up the wall as far as the stucco work. I mean, the window, the frame of the house has been exposed because they opened up the stucco,
Yeah.
which is fine. They taped it up. Okay, that's fine. But water will sit in that little gap that they cut open
Yeah.
and seep through. Water always finds a way to get through.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter what you do. You're not going to get away from that.
Yeah.
And the longer that window stays, as long as that structure stays exposed to the elements, the more moisture is going to get in there, and the more moisture is going to penetrate the wood, you know, and the higher the chance of the wood rotting.
More damage.
You know.
And if that wood rots, the whole upper level would have to be redone, wouldn't it?
No. It's not that serious. I mean, it is serious. Don't get me wrong, but no, they'd have to open up the walls and repair that wood. You know, which means cut away the bad stuff and put in new ones. And you know, it's expensive repair, absolutely.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, you can't leave it. That's the thing. It weakens the structure of the window.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a carpenter. I don't know this stuff for sure.
Yeah.
But you know, I looked up on the internet, and of course, the internet never lies.
That's not true.
I know.
You Google rash on right arm, it's gonna tell you have cancer.
So, funny story. Zushi looked up. She had some symptoms. You know, they were minor, nothing big, but more annoying than anything. She looked it up and did the whole like WebMD thing, and one of the first searches that came up, I mean, like within like the top 3, was like some, you know, terminal illness that's as rare can be. And it sent her into a panic. And when she went to the doctor about it, the doctor's like, whoa. WebMD is nice, but you got to take it with a grain of salt. I mean, a grain of salt. So, oh.
I'll look things up on WebMD to figure out what the possibilities of something are, and then I'll sit there and go through each symptom of each thing and go, okay, which ones match, which ones don't. Okay, these 4 are more likely than this one over here that's super rare and you know.
Well, I mean, you're a Navy doctor. Of course you're going to do that stuff. I mean, you were like, what, one of the top doctors on the Mercy?
No! What is wrong with you? I was a hospital corpsman. And when I deployed on the Mercy, I didn't even get to do medicine. I got stuck in the galley.
You know, that doesn't speak very highly of your medical skills. I'm just saying.
The boat was full of medical personnel. The Mercy does these missions every year. Mercy and the Comfort, I believe, both do these missions every year. They're called the Pacific, or for the Mercy, it's the Pacific Partnership Mission. I don't know what it's called for the Comfort, but we partner up with a bunch of different countries. So we have military personnel, civilian personnel, in the form of doctors, veterinarians, construction workers, teachers, and we go to these little we essentially go island hopping to these third world nations, and we provide medical aid, help build up their infrastructure, education, and veterinary care in order to make friends with these third world nations. And it's quite funny because when we're wondering why these missions exist, well, these missions exist so we don't have to go island hopping like we did during it was a Second World War when we fought Japan.
Yes, it was the Second World War.
So we don't have to go island hopping during the Second World War because we'll already have allies.
Well, so a little bit of history on that one there. We went island hopping because Japan had overtaken all those islands. And we still had allies back then. But I understand why these partnership missions are important because because there are two types of political power or geopolitical power, soft power and hard power. Okay, soft power is stuff like what you're talking about, going out there and being nice and playing friends with everybody and you know, winning the love and affection and friendship of these, you know, these
nations.
Yeah, these smaller nations. And hard power is when you decide, like our boy Ronald Reagan, to plan a carrier task force off the coast of somebody's country and, you know, drop bombs on them. That's, you know, that's hard power. And the United States is unique in the way that we can deploy both. Very few countries, not even Russia nowadays, can do hard power. I mean, during Syria, Russia tried to demonstrate its hard power by dropping an aircraft carrier off the coast of Syria running missions, and they ended up having to abandon that because their aircraft carrier had so many problems that they had to tow it back to port.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if I was a Russian nowadays, I would be absolutely embarrassed by literally the cluster that Putin has allowed his nation to become.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
I mean, when you're getting your, I'm trying to think of how appropriately to say this, but when you're getting your navy getting beaten on the water by a country that doesn't even have a navy, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's wow.
And the sad thing is on the other side of the world, you got Xi, right? Xi has been masterful at what he's done with his military. They're doing this massive buildup, and Xi wants to make China a global power. And he's doing a good job at it, you know? Look, you gotta give credit where credit is due. He's doing a good job of it. But his ally is Russia, who's literally getting their tails handed to them time and time again. I mean, Avdiivka and Bakhmut and now Pervosk, or I don't know the name of their current eastern offensive, but each one of these battles is just, you know, a graveyard of the Russian military. And she must be sitting over there in Beijing going, what is going on with this crazy dude? You know?
Has Russia really been a world power, though, in the last, I don't know, 20 years?
No. No. Russia has become the bear. And let's not kid ourselves. At one point in time, the bear was a force to be reckoned with. They moved and worlds paid attention. They were a force. But because of corruption, because of poor decisions made at the Kremlin, they're a joke. Absolutely a joke. And I feel kind of bad for Xi, because he's done so much to make his country, you know, respectable. And this is who's got his back.
I'd be careful underestimating Russia, though, because, like, during World War II, they had a famous general in Japan, that said, "Don't wake the sleeping giant."
Oh my God.
Russia very well might be the sleeping giant.
Oh my God. I cannot believe you just said this. Okay,
What?
First of all, it's Admiral Yamamoto.
Thank you.
Okay, not a general, Admiral Yamamoto. And he was saying that after Japan bombed Pearl Harbor. He said he fears, and I'm not quoting, but he says he fears that all Japan has done was awaken a sleeping giant and filled it with rage or unresolved rage or something like that, you know, something to that effect. He was speaking about America and America's industrial might, and for all the political nonsense you hear today about how we're a nation in ruin, that's a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
This country is still formidable, and we can still be a might on the global stage if we get people, you know,